What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, this is me out of the theater. We're doing the out of the theater review of Elio. You guys asked for it. All right, you guys wanted it, so here it is. Yeah, let me just kind of go over what it was. It's standard, man. It's just your standard kids movie. Kid who isn't accepted. Nobody understands him. You know, that's Elio, obviously. His aunt doesn't understand him. He's always getting into trouble. And he's dreaming actually of getting abducted by aliens. All right, so it's all about getting alien abductions happening in this movie. Essentially, you know, he gets whisked away. Obviously to a I don't know if this is a planet or whatever they call it, the communiverse. I don't know if it's a planet. I don't know if it's just a traveling galaxy or some little spaceship or whatever. Anyway, he gets sucked up into this communiverse where he meets all kinds of quirky characters. All right, stop me where you've heard all of this before. All right, this is exactly like every kid's movie you've ever seen. And then, he learns some lessons along the way. He meets some buddies and some friends, and they learn that, hey, like there's a father and son kind of dynamic going on with one of the aliens that he meets. And, they just all kind of learn lessons about belonging, about accepting yourself for who you are. People back home on Earth that didn't accept Elio now see him for, who he is. And, they kind of understand that, maybe they mistreated this kid, like you get the idea, right? That's basically what Elio is. Pixar is not doing anything original. These are all derivative movies that we've seen from, other movies in the past. I was thinking like the way this thing is set up, it's almost like, it's like a combination of The Last Starfighter and Meet the Robinsons. If you can kind of mesh those two together and take like some of the better parts of all of that. There's a clone, all right, there's a clone in this situation, in Elio, cloning situation. So, and none of this is funny, all right? That might be the worst part about it, is that it's not funny. At least if, you had some laughs and some genuine comedy in there, then there should be, something enjoyable, especially for the adults. I think kids will like this, all right? If you're under the age of 8, you'll probably have a great time. If not, guess what? You're not going to have a good time with this movie either way. But yeah, that's it. I'm about to head on back to the car. We'll be watching 28 years later, so I am getting ready for that. But yeah, I mean, as far as the score, man, I would probably say this is just standard, like 5 out of 10 for kids. Kids won't be insulted. They'll say, hey, I had a good time. Like, that's how the kids will look at it. If you're an adult, you got like an adult sensibility, you're probably just going to think this is, a giant waste of time. But if you have kids, you'll probably take your kids, and your kids will like it. Plenty of kids in the theaters. There was, though, there was one person that yelled out as the show was wrapping up, as the movie was wrapping up. One person yelled out, "This is terrible." And I think it was a particular line of dialogue that that it just got said, and they were like, "This is terrible." So yeah, I mean, it's just, it is what it is. One of those types of movies. But yeah, Pixar is falling. They're not what they used to be anymore. And I think we're gonna watch this unfolding of Disney now. Is this a company that is losing every last vestige of what it was? It's gonna be interesting to watch. Anyway, that'll do it for me. You guys take care of yourselves. I appreciate all the support you guys continue to do. It is awesome, man. The channel's growing. Everything's going in the right positive direction. So thank you very much. This is for you. You guys wanted this, so we did it. All right, but I'll do 28 days later, or years later, 28 years later in a little bit, and then we'll hit you guys on the nightcap. All right, peace.